Hello, good evening with Tarot Time with Andy. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm going to start with Major Arcana and pull 3, then do Minor Arcana, and I'm going to ask about Lori Vallow. She has a charge of 3 murder counts against her right now. I want to find out what's going to happen with her. This is my vibrational reading. Please do your own research for entertainment purposes and allegedlys. Here we go. Let's get a shuffle here. Get some done here. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday evening. It's getting later here. I will be going to bed soon. And here we go. I'm going to start, like I said, with the major arcanas. Here we go. Lori Vallow, and what's going to evolve here? What's going to evolve is I'm going to put them all upright for starters. 1, 2, and 3. Devil energy. Go figure, eh? Not surprised. And we have here, she would like things to spin. Since I'm putting it all upright, obviously she wants the court case to go in her favor. She's dealing with authority figure here. That would be, judges and being busted. The court system, I would say. And even though it's not the judgment card, it's still someone in control of her. She's not in control of her own life and existence at this point. And then the devil energy due to what she's being charged with. So let's do some clarification. Maybe we'll find out with the wheel what's going to end up happening. So let's get the wheel first. Pull out some cards. Whatever comes out, comes out in whatever direction. Here we go. Boom. Well, we have here King of Cups in reverse. And, wow, Queen of Swords in reverse. I'm going to take that as her and her husband. He's not in love with her anymore. He's probably going to throw her under the bus, and she is not talking to him. So it's looking like they are turning against each other. They're turning against each other. I'm going to ask and clarify that turning against each other. So they're probably at war with each other now. Neither one wants to take accountability. So let's see what's going to unfold with the two of them going against each other now. What's going to unfold with the two of them going against each other now? Please be clear. What's going to happen? What is going to happen with them going against each other? One of them's hoping to get out of it, skirt out of it, obviously. There we go. I'm going to take that. Well, they are there's triangulation going on. So there's 3. They're going to maybe there's a third party there involved. And we have here, they're not going to give each other any help whatsoever. Not going to support one another, that's for sure. And they definitely don't feel that they have any options at this point because there's no partnership. And the partnership between the two of them is dead and over with in front of the world. So yeah, they are not definitely partnered up and of the like mind at this moment in time as they were in the past, which led them down this road. So 2 of Wands. So that is no longer a fork in the road. They don't have any forks in the road because they're trapped in prison, in the jail cell. So there's no getting out of it either. And we have here, they are feeling kind of actually slightly contented being locked up. Probably that's a lack of empathy and remorse, I would say. Don't really care what they did. They don't feel dissatisfied with what they did. Neither one of them. Next, what do I have here? But they do know what they did. They created a loss. They created a loss, and they created a rock bottom. And they rock bottomed their own life. It's an ending. So they know that basically everything they knew came to a halt, a screeching halt. And it's oppression. They're now oppressed, and they are now just not doing well. They're just locked up, not having a good time at all. And they did this to themselves through communication with each other. They communicated the whole situation. They knew they were creating a loss together, an emotional loss. And they knew that previously they weren't happy emotionally with the children. And they also knew, eventually, the reason why they did it was they wanted to create options for themselves. Just the 2 of them. They wanted to get them out of the way. And that's why it's now flipped, because usually reversals is just a change of perception. At one time, their perception was this: we need options. We need a fork in the road for ourselves so that we can go down a different road for freedom. And at one time, they had the mindset of giving and receiving help. They were associated with the church. At one time, they obviously felt that they had the Three of Swords in reverse, and that would have been, they didn't have the heartache and sorrow at one time, but they did create it from their actions. At one time, they were speaking together and communicated the entire scenario of what got them in this mess. At one time, he was in love with her. So, and all that changed. All that changed. Yes, all of that changed. So let's find out about the Emperor. So this will be interesting to see if justice will clamp down on them. Let's find out. Will justice clamp down? And this is just major arcanas here. Will justice clamp down? So we'll figure it out with, I could put the majors. Let's find out with the majors. I will just do that. I'm going to weave those in. Weave them in. Here we go. Let's hopefully we get the cause and effect judgment card. What's going to occur? What's going to occur with the authority? What is authority going to do to these people, especially her? She is the one who was the brainchild behind it. And he just kind of went along with it, I think. Here we go. I'm not following it, though. I just don't follow these cases. I used to a long time ago, but they're just too dark. Here we go. So the hard work did not pay off for starters. They did it because they wanted to benefit. They wanted more money. They wanted their hard work to pay off. It did not pay off, clearly. Did not pay off. And that is the thief card. That is the dishonesty card. So they know they're being dishonest. And they know now they're no longer challenged because they've been busted. So they had to hide it. It was a challenge to try and leave and take off with their words and their truth, but they got busted. So now that challenge is gone. They're no longer on the run. This guy here, he's on the run. He's on the run, and they did go on the run, but they got caught. And then we have here, it's over the kids, the Page of Cups, the emotional loss of the children, what they did to her two children, and one other, several adults, and only one of them is added in on the murder charges. And they both could not balance their emotions, neither one of them. And once again, what is the two of Pentacles? The Two of Pentacles is another juggling act. They wanted to juggle the energies. They wanted to control the energies, her two children. They weren't able to control them. She said they were dark, that they were going to hell, and that's why she killed them, to save their soul. She could not control her children. And that's next to the Page. So it was due to the fact she didn't feel she could juggle and control those two energies that she took them out so that they can go to heaven, according to her. And we have here, and now she feels that she freed the situation, that they're not bound and tied with self-imposed restrictions of their mind, because and according to her, they were dark and going down the wrong road, and she couldn't control them, so therefore I must take them out, save their soul. So she feels good about it. She feels actually quite good about it. So we're trying to figure out here, if anything, court-wise. And yes, they did it together. And there was the two children. There was a partnership there. So they took out a son and daughter. And we have here, to them, in their mind, lesser crashing tower. So lesser crashing tower, will they pay? So 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So it's looking like it's going to be really hard here with the 8 in reverse. 8s is an action to overcome, but they're not going to be able to overcome it. And so they can't overcome it. So it's looking like the court case is going to have a hard time overcoming and making a ruling on them. So they must have some really good representation. By the fact that I'm seeing it's to a lesser degree and it's difficult to overcome with the partnership. That I'm seeing the guilt here, the guilt of their energy. Let's find out at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, that was definitely the two of them. So the courts are aware that it was definitely a joint union with the partnership and the lovers. So based on that, this is coming out. I'm going to take it. And they did it there was a sense of greed when they did it, but now that's been reversed because they're no longer able to. Let's get to the center of it. So that's just not wanting to tell me. And we have here going away. Well, this 8 here could represent going away emotionally with the 8 of Cups, seeking. It is seeking, though. It is seeking justice. So the court is going to try and seek justice, and it's an emotional justice. And they do realize it is an earth energy thing, and that they were very greedy and selfish. So they are going to try and seek justice, I'm seeing. So I'm just going to do some more on the 8 of Cups, what's going to unfold with the 8 of Cups, because they are seeking justice. They are seeking justice. Here we go. What is going to happen? Will they get justice? Will they get justice? Here we go. We've got Knight of Wands. So that is definitely just do it, get it done, enthusiasm, strength, fire. So it's looking like they're not going to give up. They're seeking justice, and they do want to get out of that stormy water emotions. And it is a waiting mode. It's a wait mode with the Knight, but they are going to push forward. The Knight charges forward. He's very enthusiastic. So they're very enthusiastic to do something with these people. Ah, there we go, the Judgment. And there's the Judgment, cause that is making a judgment call. It is judgment. Judgment Day's coming. That's good. I was really hoping to see that. And so that is becoming an awareness. So I would say it's not the Justice card, but a judgment's pretty darn close, because the fact that it's positioned with the Knight of Wands and with the 8 of Cups, you know. So with these 3 together, it's looking like it's going to go against them because they're very ambitious. The lawyers are very ambitious. The court's very ambitious. With the 8 of Cups, that is trying to seek. It's an emotional seeking. They need to seek a judgment. They need to seek courage to push forward. So it's looking like it's not going to go well for them because this is the awareness card. So that would be, to me, the jurors are going to have awareness. They're going to have awareness about this because the awareness is there. So I would say that they will find them guilty. They will find her guilty. The awareness is there. That's awesome. Let's get the Devil energy. Let's get some Devil energy. Let's clarify the Devil. Let's see, what is that Devil going to say? Well, she did say it was because they were sick and she couldn't control them. Let's see what else it's going to say. Here we go. She wanted to remove her burdens. She wanted to be alone with her lover, her partnership. She wanted to go down a different fork in the road, and they wanted to remove the burden of the children, get them out of the way. She wanted to focus on her new love life, the Ace of Cups. And they were broke. They wanted the insurance money. She says, let's get the insurance money. Let's get a new start in life and collect some insurance money. And I want to be self-sufficient. We need to become self-sufficient. And more Ace of Pentacles. So more money, a new emotional financial beginning. So yeah, they wanted this total new beginning. She really wanted money big time because she knew she didn't have it. She was strapped. She goes, we need money for our new life, emotionally and financially. And we need to remove the burden of the children. So it's not even looking totally like they were dark. And I think she used that as an excuse in her own mind because really this is what she wanted. Really what she wanted was to financial gain and freedom. But I think she painted it, I can't control these kids and they're going to go to hell and I need to fix this and save their soul. So really, I don't think she was trying to save their soul. I think that was an excuse. And we have here, and he knew he didn't have the money to finance their life. They're traveling, doing the things they really desired to do. So he was broke too. So he was kind of into it as well. That's how I feel. And let's get to the center of it here. Center of it here, she did not want to be a mother anymore. I'm done being a mother. Let's take him out. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Total intent, but totally financial and self-focused. We need our freedom of just you and me. It's just you and me. Let's take him out. Yeah. Wow. Okay, and it's looking like justice will be served because of the way those cards were aspected. So it's looking like with the awareness, I think the jury will have full awareness, and with that awareness will come a guilty verdict. So I do think she's going to get locked away, probably for life. I don't think it's going to be light either. So that is such a fast spread. Okay, but I should go a little deeper and get some Kipper. Let's get some Kipper cards on Lori Vallow and her husband, who have got 3 counts of murder. 3 counts of murder. Here we go. Let's see if one comes flying out. Nope. We got the mature man. And we've got bad health. So he is not doing well in prison. He is getting sick in prison. Maybe somebody knows something about this. I do not know. And we have here family room. So it was something that is being discussed. Probably, there in I would say the family room would be probably the social gathering room there at the prison. He's discussing his poor health to his family, probably. And we have here, we have the judge card. So he's getting sick because he knows he's going to probably end up spending the rest of his life in prison, and he's regretting it. So that's where his poor health is coming from. Total regret. And under the surface, because she wanted to be a privileged woman. He did it to help her feel privileged so that they can have that dream life. And center of it, we have here, and they worked at it. They worked at it together. It was something they worked at, and they also wanted to avoid hard labor. They wanted to avoid the rigors of a normal job. They were trying to avoid and set themselves up, obviously. This card here represents, the grind, literally the grind. So it helped them to not have to be part of the grind as much because she really wanted to feel privileged and special, and he was willing to do it. And it's compromising his health because he is sick over the fact where he's sitting now and knows that he has to face the judge and jury. And so he's literally getting sick, sitting and waiting. Not surprised. Just like Ghislaine Maxwell. I'm going to do her pretty soon, you guys. She's getting pretty sick in prison, too, or in jail. She's lost a lot of weight, and she's really not doing good. So that's kind of what happens to a lot of them when they're sitting and waiting, and they know what's coming, and they're not getting out of it. Here we go. Let's get some Under the Roses on Lori Vallow and her lover. There we go. Lori Vallow and her lover, her husband. So they were seeking happiness, and he was the main focus of her life. And they created death together, the grave. Yeah. It says, in order to be happy, we need to do this. We need to take him out, the grave. So he was in full agreement. He was completely on board. Let's get under the surface. Under the surface, money. Yes, money. Money. Get some money, make it easier. We have less to spend on them. And lilies. We want to look like we're pure and sweet. The lilies. Lilies represent peace and harmony, sex and recognition. So they wanted that peace and harmony, have lots of sex, feel special with each other, and be bonded, and it would be sweet with money too. And more money for them if they took them out. It's just more for us. And then we can finally go off to the sunshine, go to a sunny place. Where were they? They were seen in a sunny vacation spot and be happy together. So really they were kind of seeking that vacation lifestyle. They were hunting for that vacation feeling lifestyle. Willing to do anything for it. Let's get some regular bicycle deck. Here we go. And let's see. What is the communication between them? What is the communication between them? As I saw, it doesn't look like they are talking to each other or they're throwing each other under the bus, but let's find out. How's it going? What's the energy between the two of them? or unspoken energy between the two of them? What is the unspoken energy between the two of them? What is the unspoken energy between the two of them? Unspoken energy. Unspoken energy. It was not a sweet situation. Sex and surprises and all that is in reverse. So it is not a good, it wasn't a good idea. They're not in a sweet spot. They no longer can have sex. They can no longer surprise each other with sweet things. And the 3 represents creation. They're no longer able to create any love between the two of them. It's over. It's completely over. So there's no sweetness between them. So they're pretty much against each other now. They really are playing against each other so that the one can get out of it. And they are trying to pretend to be strong. Strength. They're going to act strong, tough, because they're facing their own devil energy, the devil card. And under it, I've got here the deceiving card. So they deceived everyone. They were attempting to deceive. It happened very quickly. That card, everything moves very quickly. In the center of the deck, it was to a lesser degree. They created a high tower moment, a crashing moment, but to them, in their mind, it wasn't such a big deal. It was to a lesser degree because they were being self-focused. So not to such a big deal to a toxic mind. So let's calculate that. Where is my calculation book? There it is. Here it is. Okay, so that comes to, wow, 2 jacks. So 10, 22, 2, 3, 4, 5. That comes to 25. 25 comes to 7 of hearts, stars. They thought they were going down the right path. The star card is thinking, oh, this is the right path for us. And, you know, we're going to make things wonderful and great for ourselves. So that's what it was. They really thought they were doing the right thing for themselves, self-focused. And we have here 18. 18 comes to 5 of diamonds, a Jacob's ladder. It was a climbing situation. So it sounds like to me they were kind of planning it, probably even in their courtship, about how, you know, fantasizing about how can we unload these kids onto someone else, or maybe someone else will take them. Maybe we can put them in private school. Maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do that. And then they ultimately settled on killing them instead. And hopefully getting insurance, life insurance or whatever. I think there's probably some life insurance involved because of the money cards that I got. They were hoping to cash out on it of some kind of life insurance. So how is Lori doing in her prison cell? How is she coping? How is she coping? She's probably doing like Ghislaine, not too good. How is she doing? How is she coping? Is she enjoying herself? Did she make some friends? Maybe she has a female lover now. Who knows? Let's see. What is going on with Lori Vallow being locked up for many hours a day? How is it going? How is it going? How is it going for Lori in prison? Jail. Well, she can't manifest anything. And so it's the King of Diamonds in reverse. And she cannot collect or have any money. And she can't do anything. She is out of luck. Out of luck, and I'll take these 2. And this one here is she's learning from her past, water into wine in reverse. So she cannot take the bad situation and make it better, and she cannot change the situation. She knows she's trapped, completely trapped. Here, family, olive tree, because of the family, because of the family. Under the surface, she's in handcuffs now. Yeah, she sure is. And in the center of it, what's going on here? She is weak. She's now weakened. She doesn't feel strong whatsoever, and she feels very weak. Yeah, she feels pretty weak. So that, I would say her strength is in reverse. She's really not strong. She's not doing so many smirky looks like she was in the court, where she had that duper's delight look, smirking. And anytime anybody asked, "Where's the kids?" she had this really annoying, smirky, I don't know, just really the sarcasm was off the charts. I couldn't believe it. That I did notice. And then that was just at the very beginning of the whole situation. And I did do a reading on my Tarot by Andy where I did say that yes, she did it, and yes, she was the primary person in control here. If you want to go back to Tarot by Andy, it is from around the time period. It was actually, I did it probably about 2 months before they got arrested. And then I said, yeah, they're going to get arrested. And yes, she's the one who was the leader here. And so it is on my feed on my other channel if you care to dig around for it. Okay, here we go. So let's calculate these. That is, King is 13. So that's 21. This comes to 27. 27 comes to 7 of clubs, cross, burden, pain, and suffering. So she's hurting. She's not doing good. She's suffering. Good. She deserves it. 11, 12, 13 comes to 4 of hearts, home. It is now her home, and she knows it. Prison is her home. It will become her home. She has a knowing feeling. She has a knowing feeling because she can't manifest and change it. She cannot turn water into wine and change the situation. And she knows darn well what she did with her family. So she knows, she has this knowing feeling that she's there for life. That this will be her home for here on out. And it's not going to go away. So that's why she's feeling really sick. And that's why she's emotionally weak now. And she doesn't have that inner strength anymore. She lost that fight that she had in her before she got arrested in the early days when they were doing preliminary court hearings and stuff. She was very, very sure of herself. I mean, she was very arrogant. And that arrogance is pretty much wiped off her face at this point in time. She's not arrogant anymore. If she does for the camera, it's only for the camera, for her ego. But behind the scenes, I guarantee you that is not there. It would strictly be for the camera, much like we get with Meghan Markle. Same thing. It's just for the camera. Let's find out how he's doing. Chad Daybell. Let's find out how Chad's doing. How is Chad coping? How is Chad coping? How is Chad coping? Chad. Let's see, how is Chad coping? I would think they're not doing too good because they killed kids and they're at the lowest of the low in prison. So he's very emotional. He cries a lot. He's a mess. He's an emotional mess. So she's not an emotional mess. Isn't that interesting? He's an emotional mess and he's actually regretting it, where she doesn't seem to have that regret. But already he's emotionally regretting it. And he knows it's an ending for him. His life is over because it's a 10. That's an ending and closure. He also doesn't love her anymore. The emotional bond in reverse. He's regretting connecting. He's regretting the marriage. He's regretting hooking up. And then we have here veil in reverse. So he knows the veil has been lifted. Everybody knows. Everybody knows what they did. And he is an emotional wreck. So let's see. 10, 15... 19. This comes to 19. 19 comes to 5 of clubs, crossroads. And he knew that they were at crossroads as to decide how they can live that independent, wealthy life and just be the two of them. And they were at crossroads and they chose that road. They chose that road to do that. There's that. And then under the surface, we have here, at one time they had positive emotions, and that's why he did it. Because that is the subconscious. Subconsciously, he actually still has some positive emotions for her, but he probably won't ever admit it. And then it created a karmic shift consciously. Consciously, it created this karmic shift. So with the ace, it comes to heart. So he actually did it because he loved her. He did it because he was in love with her at that time. But he doesn't love her anymore. He does not love her anymore because we have the 2 of hearts in reverse. So he's no longer in love, but he did it because he was madly in love with her. And he wanted to please her. He wanted to make her happy. And she's the one who orchestrated and got him to do it, really. At least that's what my spread got when I did it before the arrest. So I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, like and subscribe. Until next time, bye.